The attack on the USJ was too bold. No sane adult would ever attempt it. The ringleader kept monologuing about the reasons he was there, and he bragged about Nomu's many quirks, but he never said a word about his own powers. When things didn't go his way, he was visibly upset, like he was gonna throw a tantrum.
In order to truly oppose evil, I have to make All Might's power my own. I have to embody One for All and master every aspect of it until it's second nature for me. Because there isn't much time left.
That power of yours, isn't it a lot like All Might's?
That Nomu was a real tough customer. He took a lot out of me.
When I landed a smash on that brain villain, there was no backlash at all.
Powerful quirk. It's called Black Hole. I can use it to suck up anything and turn it into dust. But my quirk could also very easily be used to kill.
I want to be the greatest hero in the world. I want to save people just like you do. When they see my fearless smile, they'll feel safe.
Do you still feel the same way you did when we met? Do you still want to be a hero?
Yes. I'm just getting started! Cut that! I'm gonna end up the #1 hero no matter what!
I'm gonna become a pro. I'll sign with a good agency and make plenty of money. Then I'll be
As the second oldest Ida-san, I strive to... That's why the festival matters. If you want to go pro one day...
The difference between those two mindsets has a big impact on how far you go in the real world. Introduce yourself to the world and say, I am here!
It's not like I had some big plan. I tried a few things that worked out better than I could have hoped for. Any of those gambles could have gone wrong.
You'd never be able to hang with the best of the best! You're just a quirkless wannabe!
You've never had a problem stealing the spotlight?
Even if you're battling each other for popularity, there are plenty of cases where you have to work together.
And unlike Todoroki or Kacchan, I didn't use my quirk in the first round.
You're that weirdo from the obstacle course.
From our spots in the middle ranks, we could fully observe the quirks our rivals had and judge their capabilities.
In the obstacle course, he was surprised by how many people avoided his attack. He's adapting his strategy.
The only person I've mentioned this weakness to is Koda back at the USJ. And he's a man of very few words.
For being attacked by that sludge villain.
I just want to say I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna become a pro. I'll sign with a good agency and make plenty of money. Then my parents will have an easy life. I'd like to use your fame to my personal advantage.
We're counting on you, Midoriya.
I've seen it. You've got All Might in your corner helping you out.
I am here!
Can't you just give him some of my points? I'll support you with everything
Can't
I've
be a
got.
pro if you only have one
I guess we
trick.
passed the shipwreck zone.
Get the hell out of my way, Deku!
Team up with me, person in first place!
It was around his head where his guard was the weakest.
Young man, you too can become a hero.
All Might is constantly saving people with a fearless smile.
If any of us do well in the sports festival, the teachers can decide to transfer us to the hero course.
I imagine the egg in the microwave, or how it felt to hit that villain, but I'm still not in control.
This test consisted of fighting faux villains. Robots. It gave a huge advantage to those who had physical superpowers they could show off.
A sacred torch has been passed on from person to person.
He's definitely aiming for the top.
He focused his power like he did in the fitness test, and used the throw from combat training. I'll be a hero.
When I was under Shinso's control, it felt like my brain was full of fog or something. But when the vision appeared, it completely drove the fog away. That's when I was finally able to move for a second, just my fingertips. One of the figures had eyes just like yours, All Might.
Regardless of what you saw out there, it was your passion that allowed you to overcome Shinso's power.
Even though she's from the support course, she wanted this to be as even a match as possible since she made it this far. To have a fair
Shooting my beam for more than a second can sometimes hurt my tummy.
During the cavalry battle, I told you it was good to team up with friends. But now that I think about it, I might have been trying to rely on you to get by.
When it comes to close combat, he almost never has any openings. And the more he moves, the more he sweats, which just makes his quirk more powerful.
I'll be watching. Good luck out there!
If I'd spent my whole arm on a full-powered smash and the ice held up, I'd be doomed.
That's why I designed my costume the way I did, so I'd be able to fire off bigger blasts than my body usually allows me to.
You see, I'm going to show that bastard that I reject his power and take first place without using it.
He may be your son, but he isn't you.
Did he waste all his energy fighting against tape arms?
Work harder, and don't give me the excuse that you don't have control over your quirk.
When I'm in battle, I never use my left side. Instead,
you must introduce yourself to the world and proudly say, I am here!
He looked so sad. I was trying to figure out why, when I should have been focused. I put everything I had into the sports festival.
As the second oldest Iida son, I strive to be just like him.
That child's left side sometimes looks unbearable to me. All I can see is his father.
So come at me with all you've got! It's yours! Your quirk, not his!
how did this happen?
I couldn't just stand there and watch you die!
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
I wanted to. I'll be a hero.
I bet everyone was really grothed out by the crazy way you were fighting.
You already got to experience combat with real villains during the attack on the USJ facility.
You can call me Deku, but I'm not helpless anymore! From now on, Deku is the name of a hero!
If it's about my brother, don't be concerned. I'm sorry if I made you worry. Everything will be fine.
Iida didn't say anything else about what was going on with Ingenium.
The way you used your power was unthinkable. Reckless.
Now, shall we get started, you bunch of newbies?
The way you used One for All in the cavalry battle and the tournament showed that you're adjusting to the quirk. You understand its fundamentals.
I believe One for All is more special than it is. Is that what's making my movement stiff? What does stiff even mean? Okay, look at all this in a different way. What makes a movement flexible? But I saw him use it up close. Why didn't I notice then?
I watched the way you fought at the sports festival. You have a good handle on your powerful quirk and a decent grasp of its application as well. You're an outstanding talent. I'd say you're already good enough to take on as a sidekick.
If I could use even 5% of my power like it was nothing, I'd be able to move like Kacchan.
You've already grown since yesterday, and this was just our first go at using One for All this way.
Ah, that strong bird guy.
I'm so sorry. I failed you. Hey, if you ever want to talk or anything, just let us know. We're friends, right?
Yes.
More. I want you to take the name. For me, Tinya.
Out. Maybe Nomu's brother? What is he doing in the city? If he's got insane power like the one All Might fought at the USJ, this could be really bad. That includes Iida. He's interning here. Crap, what do I do?
More. I want you to take the name. For me, Tinya.
Guys like Nomu are running wild. The same place the hero killer appeared.
The one from Shigaraki's picture.
Criminals like you always try and make your actions sound noble.
He's flying around like Bakugo does.
It's the blood.
I've been worried about you ever since your brother was attacked. I recognize the face of someone who's drowning in resentment. That day, I told her about my life with Father and about who I have become. If I hadn't spoken to her, I would never have been able to choose my old man's agency for my internship. I couldn't bear being near him. I haven't forgiven him. I doubt I ever truly will.
It's yours! Your quirk, not his!
Just a few words.
Shouldn't you be worried about saving that guy?
Don't you worry, Ida. I'm gonna save you!
We can protect them.
I know all about him! He's a super popular pro with 65 sidekicks working alongside him at his Tokyo agency.
He's my elder brother. Ingenium is an unmatched commander who honors the hero code. As the second oldest Ida son, I strive to be just—
That idiot's making a move, and he's so noisy. I'll dispose of him later.
It would be impossible for the police to condone the use of deadly quirks. After all, we're here to stop such harm from being done. The only reason pros can use their powers now is because of the strict code of ethics that the early heroes chose to abide by.
Once this night is over, the world will have forgotten you ever existed.
I stopped thinking rationally. The first thing I should have done was call Manuel. But I got lost in my own anger.
Maybe if I'd been a better friend back then.
There was something very intimidating about his obsession. That means the League will go from being thought of as a bunch of juvenile delinquents that attacked UA to being recognized as a group with an ideology.
Hero.
Until I'm able to call myself a real hero, I'll leave my left hand as it is.
His quirk made him able to paralyze someone after tasting their blood.
As its holder, you may one day have to fight against this great evil yourself.
Power. But I saw the way you're using it now, and I want you to know.
Originally, we used them to avoid complaints about people getting injured in the entrance exams, but they're just not challenging enough.
He's doing quite well, generally speaking, but relies too much on brute force. And Yaoyorozu is an all-arounder, but lacks the ability to make spur-of-the-moment decisions and apply them.
The hero killer is only after me and that kid in the white armor! Stop fighting back! Just get out of here!
We're up against the #1 hero. Now that I think about it, having her around during the USJ attack really helped us stay focused.
I'm not surprised.
I promise, I will strive to be the perfect hero!
During the cavalry battle, I just followed your orders.
Comparing herself to Todoroki, she decided that he was the superior student.
About it, she looked like she had something to say. One of those votes was mine!
As a result of my injuries, I can't use my quirk for as long, and I have to rest more in between erasures.
Instead, make sure you have the advantage. Got it?
Is it because you like him? She can put people to sleep with the fragrance coming off of her body. It usually does better on guys than girls.
Are you really sure you came to UA to be a hero?
Being a hero doesn't make you cool. People become heroes because they're cool.
I don't know what's up with your power, but I saw the way you're using it, and you should know. Why does he remove? This man is the most unstoppable force in the world.
Your teacher. It pains me to see you sacrifice your own. You can't help but save those who need rescuing, even if they aren't asking you for any. But you were able to smile in the face of defeat.
All Might, then the hero killer. He's been humbled twice very recently.
For the practical battles, the teachers made sure to leave a way for the students to win. Otherwise, you never would have stood a chance. We were interested in observing how you each worked together and approached the task at hand.
Is it because you like him? Is there to kill him if you don't have real convictions?
You've got sympathizers who couldn't care less about your ideals, and yet they still follow you. What's up with that? Aren't we doing the same thing? You and me? In the end, you destroy things you hate just like I do.
Everything I do is to create a stronger society.
That night, he even saved me from the flying Nomu.
It's game over for real this time. Let's go home.
And when things were looking bad for him, he didn't abandon his mission like you did.
Yeah, that's it. That's the most rational explanation.